She has the hands of a baker and the soul of a poet. In her kitchen, which feels more like a temple, she bakes a pie every single day. Beautiful, symmetrical, with a golden crust and a filling she never tastes. Who is this pie for? For someone who never came, and maybe never will. She loves in silence, with a devotion that flows like warm syrup. But this love doesn't live outside the mold. It's still raw inside her. And it's in this mixture of idealized affection and emotional repression that our journey begins. A journey that isn't just hers. It's mine, it's yours. It belongs to everyone who's ever loved someone that only existed in their soul. She smiles always. At work, she's the kindest. Among friends, she's always willing. But when the house goes quiet and the kitchen lights turn on, she takes off her mask and alone begins making the same pie she's made 1,000 times. The pie she never serves to anyone. She's sweet like the filling, but bitter like the silence. Because she lives through the persona, the mask Jung described as necessary for social life, but which, when worn constantly, separates us from our soul. She is what the world expects, but inside, she is unfulfilled desire. The man she cooks and dreams for doesn't know about the feast. She sees him as sublime, perfect, almost ethereal, but what she loves isn't truly him. It's what he represents within her, her animus, the archetype of the inner masculine, her psychic soulmate. She projected onto this man her hopes, her completeness, her need for integration. And as Jung wisely taught, the danger of projection is mistaking the other for what we're missing in ourselves. She doesn't love a real man, she loves a symbol. The kitchen is her alchemical cave. There, between pots and memories, she stirs what she never dared to confess. She turns the recipe into ritual, a spoonful of childhood, a pinch of fatherly absence, a handful of hidden longing buried under whipped cream. There the unconscious speaks, not with words, but with repeated gestures. The oven heats like old memories. The ingredients are memories, sweet, sour, bitter, real. And she keeps cooking love, but never serves herself, because she fears rejection, even from her imaginary creation. One day, she opens the pantry and finds a jar with a strong smell. It's the trauma she never faced, an old humiliation, a word she heard and stored like poison. The shadow, the repressed, hidden part, leaps into the dough. The once perfect pie now cracks. The crust sinks, the filling bubbles too much. She realizes the recipe must change, and maybe that change must start within her, not because she's over everything, but because she has finally accepted herself fully, with desire, with pain, with dreams, and with shadow. The journey of individuation, as Jung would say, is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming real. And in that symbolic act of tasting her own creation, she stops living through the reflection of another and begins to live from within. How many times have you prepared a love you never had the courage to serve? How many emotional recipes have you repeated while waiting for someone who only existed in your unconscious? Comment below. Are you living an idealized love or cooking for someone who only exists inside you? Share your story, and if this narrative touched your soul, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you won't miss the next episodes of this series that blends psychology, food, and heart. And until the next recipe,